hindi dahil hindi kinasuhan ay hindi na po nag-violate ng batas.
No, in this case, in our country, the rule of law is that if you have a violation in criminal offenses which should be proved beyond reasonable doubt, there has to be a case. You cannot just allege there's
Kung criminal
there is
po, tama po.
There's
Pero
none.
kung ang pinag-uusapan lamang po ay tungkol sa konsesyon na hindi dapat maglagay ng opisyal na o administrador na hindi po Pilipino, eh hindi po naman kailangan ng kaso. Dokumento lang po ang magpapakita kung nakita na kagaya ni Wenbo, nag-CTO po siya. Meron po bang violation o wala? Kailangan pa po bang magkaso ng kriminal o hindi na?
If to be able to assure and to be ensured that there is justice in this country, we cannot have insinuations of being in violation of anti-dummy.
Tama po
You
yun.
have to
Kung
go that.
criminal
So
po,
there is no case. Yeah?
criminal, wala po. Tama
no criminal
po.
case.
Pero sa Senado po, may investigation po.
Yun,
At
just
binanggit
investigation.
po kanina
Everybody.
si Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago ka mismo ang nagsabi po.
Thank you for the second round, Mr. Chairman. It has been stated by Attorney Matibag that there were 7 violations, 777 in fact, so 21 violations. I understand that the most serious of these will be 2, the violation of our Section 8 dispersal of ownership, which is your number 1, and the second is the anti-dummy law violation. May we know from Attorney Matibag if he has filed a anti-dummy case under Commonwealth Act 108 as amended by Presidential Decree 715 against any of the officials and officers of the NGCP.
No. Di po.
No case. May we know from the NGCP. So it's clear that the allegation of Mr. Matibag anti-dummy is in fact even himself, who has this particular report, has not filed or any case. Do you know of any case filed against any official of the NGCP that had been that are already defendants or accused under the anti-dummy law?
Ang alam ko lang po na imbestigahan ito sa Senado at sa batas naman po din, ang pagkakaalam ko, hindi dahil hindi kinasuhan ay hindi na po nag-violate ng batas.
No, in this case, in our country, the rule of law is that if you have a violation in criminal offenses which should be proved beyond reasonable doubt, there has to be a case. You cannot just allege there's
Kung criminal po, tama po.
There's
Pero
none.
kung ang pinag-uusapan lamang po ay tungkol sa konsesyon na hindi dapat maglagay ng opisyal na o administrador na hindi po Pilipino, eh hindi po naman kailangan ng kaso. Dokumento lang po ang magpapakita kung nakita na kagaya ni Wenbo, nag-CTO po siya. Meron po bang violation o wala? Kailangan pa po bang magkaso ng kriminal o hindi na?
If to be able to assure and to be ensured that there is justice in this country, we cannot have insinuations of being in violation of anti-dummy.
Tama po
You have to
Kung
go that.
criminal
So there
po,
is no case. Yeah?
criminal, wala po. Tama
no criminal
po.
case.
Pero sa Senado po, may investigation po.
Yun,
At
just
binanggit
investigation,
po kanina
everybody.
si Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago ka mismo ang nagsabi po.
Okay, so there is an investigation. Now, I would like to ask NGCP, has any of your officers been accused in a criminal case of violation of Commonwealth Act 108 as amended by PD 715, the anti-dummy decree of the President?
Mr. Chairman, in response to that, no one among us had been the respondent or an accused in a criminal case for violation of the anti-dummy law. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Since 2008, when you operated, up to now, total of how many years? There has never been any filing of any case against any one of you, NGCP officials.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. So the first allegation is unfounded, and there is no case against any of the NGCP officials. Second, violation of Section 8. We have discussed this yesterday. The answer will be from the ERC. Has the NGCP violated Section 8 of the franchise on dispersal of ownership? Chairman.
Mr. Chair, I think as discussed last time, the ERC in its order resolving the motion for clarification determined by majority that the NGCP complied with Section 8.
So that is the current decision, immutability, and the law of the case. It cannot be litigated even in our congressional hearings. Now, it is said that the national security, there are possibilities, as stated by the chairperson in a question, that there's a possibility that our national security has been jeopardized. And in the realm of possibilities, everything is possible. But in investigations like this, we have to have substantial evidence that there is really a violation. And so far as we have seen here, Mr. Chairman, there has been no clear evidence, clear decisions that there is a violation. And that is why we see here, Mr. Chairman, the commitment of the officers. I have yet to see clear violations, probably coming from the agency which has the primary responsibility for intelligence in this country, the NICA, of any adversarial action against the national security of our country. The answer of the NGCP is that, in fact, the NICA has officers in their premises. The armed forces, too, are open there. So I have yet to see any report from our intelligence community that the NGCP has been jeopardized in case of really assuring Philippine full control of our electric assets. And so therefore, there is really no evidence that our national security has been jeopardized as of this time. And we await, because there will be more hearings, and we await if there are really this particular evidence that may come out. On the matter of violation of the Constitution of the chairman, it's clear that the chairman can be a foreigner. Not any foreigner can be a chairman to preside. And then technical officers, it is technical, and that's why it can never be executive or managerial, because it's technical. So these are the things. And then another issue is regulatory effectivity. In spite of the fact that there may be some questions on the ERC, the law does not vest on the DOE to regulate. No. We follow the law in this regime of the rule of law. By law, the ERC is the regulatory agency with all the powers in its command under the law that should be able to effectively regulate. And so the question of allegedly, there were no audits, there were no systems analysis and systems investigation. There were failures in 2016, 17, 18. Well, if the ERC has just that resolved, it should have been done already. So, Mr. Chairman, in all of these issues, Mr. Chairman, there is absolutely no evidence that there is a violation whatsoever of the NGCP against the Constitution, the highest law of the land. Number two, against any statute, anti-dummy law, against their own franchise, nor the concession agreement. So I have been here. I was here the previous hearing up to the time that we ended at about 9 o'clock. Now it's 9:36, and so we stand here to make sure that the truth will come out and it will be based on evidence. And that is why, Mr. Chairman, I am saying that so far, as I have heard, and with all the testimonies and the evidences that have been submitted here, there is no evidence that there is any violation of the NGCP, and there's also no evidence that the common good has been prejudiced under Article 12 of the Constitution. And so therefore, that is my evaluation of this. Others may not agree, but I am basing it on the Constitution, on the statutes, on the franchise, and the concession agreement. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Honorable Rufus Rodriguez. The Honorable Dan Fernandez.
Okay, maraming mong thank you so much. Attorney Sagayo, tanongin lang po kayo. Ano? Kailan po yung statutory deadline nung pong requirement ng Section 8? Kailan po ang deadline nung pong para kayo mag-IPO? Kasi
10 years from the start of our operations, Mr. Chairman, January of 2009, so that should be January of 2019.
Yes, exactly. So, January 15, 2009 to January 14, 2019. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mr.
Okay.
Chairman.
At at ang share swap na binabanggit po ninyong other form of methodology granting without admitting that it is provided by Section 8. Kailan niyo po na-mention doon sa inyong application sa ERC?
The share swap agreement, as far as I can recall, we had been mentioning that in our pleadings. We filed the extension in...
Wait po, attorney.
Okay.
Para po maging klaro. 2 months prior to the statutory deadline on January 14, 2019. 2019. February...
2018,
No,
sir.
November 18 po. November 2018, nag-file po kayo 2 months before
Extension.
the statutory deadline.
Yeah.
For extension of
Yes,
listing
correct
of
po.
the share of stocks
Extension,
of
yes.
NGCP. Klaro po tayo doon.
Correct. Opo.
Di po ba? At ang hiningi po nyo ay extension.
Opo.
Di ba? Ng listing. Di ba?
Opo.
At nagdesisyon po ang ERC, sabi po nila nung March 3, okay? 2020.
2020.
Na sinasabi po nila, denied yung petition nyo. At nag-motion for reconsideration po kayo at dineny din po nila.
Opo.
And on July 2, 2021, nag-file po kayo ng motion for clarification.
That's correct. Opo.
At doon po, sinasabi po ninyo, gusto nyo i-clarify yung decision.
Opo.
And then, nag-add po kayo, altering the decision, na sinasabi nyo, pwede po ba kami mag-share swap? Di ba?
Backdoor listing. Opo.
Yes.
Oh,
Oo.
yeah.
Pwede po ba kami mag-share swap? Sinabanggit po nyo noong July 2, 2021.
That's correct. Opo.
And that was, tapos na po yung deadline na required ng ating pong franchise law na sinasabi po sa Section 8 na sa loob po ng 10 taon, dapat mag-IPO na po kayo, mag-public offering na po kayo. So ngayon, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, since July 2, 2021 po kayo, nag-propose ng methodology na share swap. So, do you still consider that you are within the 10-year requirement of Section 8 of Republic Act 9511?
That's our position po, Mr. Chairman.
And
because-
tinatanong ko po, sir,
Opo.
dahil ang sinasabi po ng batas, 10 taon, January 15, 2009 to January 14, 2019. Doon po kayo mag-IPO. Dapat mag-IPO po o mag-public offering po kayo doon. Or, considering, without admitting, na pwede ang share swap. Binanggit nyo lamang po ang share swap July 2, 2021. Ang binanggit po ninyo noong 2018 hanggang magdesisyon po ang ERC is all about extension. None ang share swap. Now, ang tanong ko po, did you comply with Section 8 of Republic Act 9511?
Definitely, Mr. Chairman. That's our
Paano po kayo
position.
nakapag-comply hindi nyo naman binabanggit ang share swap prior to the deadline?
Mr. Chairman,
Yun po,
Opo.
klaro lang po, Attorney Sagaya. Pareho naman po tayong nagbabasa no, ng ating
Opo,
po
opo.
mga decision. Sinabi po doon nakalagay, 2 months before the deadline, the statutory deadline,
we filed a
2019,
motion for
nag-file po kayo ng
extension.
extension.
Opo.
Wala po doon. Kahit basahin niyo po yung decision nila at yung inyong petition, wala po kayong binanggit na share swap. Binanggit niyo lamang po ang share swap July 2, 2021. 2 years after the deadline. So ngayon, ang tanong ko po, binanggit nyo ba in any pleadings, mula nung nag-file kayo, nung November 2018, hanggang ma-deny po yung motion for reconsideration nyo, hanggang nag-file kayo ng motion for clarification, binanggit nyo po ba prior to July 2, 2021, ang share swap?
Mr. 2 points po, Mr. Chairman. Ano po? We were in the decision April of 2020. We were effectively granted the extension. 6 months nga lang po. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, I'm trying to recall all the pleadings that we had filed, and I'm very sure, ad cautelam, I will submit the necessary pleading, Mr. Chairman. But that,
Mr. Chairman,
I think even prior to that motion for clarification, July of 2021, we mentioned backdoor listing because we believe that whether we mention it or not, the law provides for that alternative.
you mentioned the backdoor listing of the share swap 2009, and you abandoned it. According to the report that you have submitted to the ERC, you submitted the report of ABS-CBN that you have abandoned the share swap. I don't know if you were still there nung inabandon po yan ng NGCP. Nirevive nyo lang po yan July 2, 2021 after the statutory deadline. Di ba? So, Mr. Attorney Sagayo, I read everything mula November 2018 up to July 2, 2021. Wala kayong minention na share swap. Kasi nga, ang very title of the petition was extension of the listing of the share of stocks of NGCP. Humingi kayo ng extension. Wala naman po kayo sinabi ng share swap And even sa motion for reconsideration nyo, that was denied. Never na-mention po ang share swap. July 2 lang, 2021. Now, ang tanong, since hindi kayo pumasok doon sa period na 10-year, 10 taon, binabanggit, have you violated Section 8, Republic Act 9511? Because you only mentioned share swap July 2, 2021.
Mr. Chairman, I really believe that we did not violate the provisions of our franchise. The share swap agreement is clearly provided for under the law. When we filed a motion for extension, that's correct. We mentioned IPO. But during the pandemic, and at the time, we were already granted an extension by the
Attorney,
ERC.
I agree naman sa inyo na provided po yung other mode of offering. Totoo naman po yun. Pwede naman po talaga Ang tinatanong ko lamang po ba sa inyo, kung final nyo within the requirement of 10-year period. Kasi kahit saan ko pagbaliktad din yung mga dokumento na final nyo, petition ninyo, decision nila sa ERC, and the motion for reconsideration ninyo that was denied as well, wala po. Wala akong nakakita. Now, Mr. Attorney, if you can present to me, kahit sa pagbabalik po ninyo, that you have mentioned share swap within that period, then I will agree with you. You did not violate Section 8 of Republic Act 9511. Do you have documents to prove that you have mentioned the share swap from 2019 up to July 2, 2021?
Mr. Chairman, we will submit. We'll check our records and we will submit. But be that as it may, as I've been saying, while there is a 10-year period, the law is also clear that this can be extended by the ERC, and indeed ERC gave us an additional period within which to comply as to which option or as to which route
that's
should
wrong.
we choose.
That's wrong, Attorney. Ang binigay po sa inyong extension is listing of share of stocks of NGCP. Extension para mag-list na po kayo para po sa initial public offering.
Yes.
At
I'm
nung dinay
sorry.
po, nag-motion for reconsideration kayo. Doon sa petition nyo na for extension uli. Hindi naman binanggit ang share swap doon Anyway, Mr. Chairman, medyo alam kong hindi naman po kayo talaga what do you call this? Agree dito. But of course, kung makakapag-present po kayo ng ano, I will be challenging you. Bigyan niyo po ako ng dokumento na 2 months prior to the statutory deadline, nakapag-comply po kayo doon sa share swap na sinasabi po ninyo. That you are mentioning, that were mentioned in the petition that you filed for extension. Never, wala po ako nakita attorney. Pero kung may mapapakita po kayo sa akin, next week, tatayuan ko po yan. And I will agree with you that you did not violate Section 8 of Republic Act 9511.
At saka, if I
Maliwanag
may...
po tayo. Hindi,
Okay.
attorney, okay na po yun.
Okay.
Para kasi mahahaba po tayo, ang dami ko papunta nung... Pero, kung mami-mention nyo ngayon, andyan naman ang mga abogado nyo, hanapin nyo na ngayon, na meron sinasabi na may share swap prior to July 2, 2021, then I will agree with you. Prior, sa statutory deadline. Okay? Attorney Cynthia, you want to answer?
Mr. Chair, just a point of clarification, if I can make one. The share swap is not the share dispersal contemplated in our franchise. The share swap was a step preparatory to our share dispersal under Section 8, Option 2.
I know.
So, Mr.
Sabi
Chair,
ko nga kanina, granting without admitting na okay yon. Ang tinatanong ko, na-file nyo ba within the period
Mr. Chair,
that is allowable under Section 8? Wala naman kayong binanggit na share swap.
Mr. Chair, I suppose what we're trying to say is that the reason the share swap was never mentioned in any of those pleadings was that it wasn't a requirement under the concession agreement. It was a step preparatory to the share dispersal. So all the steps preparatory to, as long as they deemed us compliant with the Section 8, that need not be alleged in any of the pleadings. At
Attorney
any rate,
Cynthia, ang order po sa inyo is to pursue, start the compliance with the listing of the initial public offering within 6 months. Yun ang order sa inyo eh.
yes,
Di ba?
Mr. Chair.
Kasi yun ang petition nyo. That's the reason why when you file that petition, yun ang sinasagot ng ERC sa inyo. Ang sinasagot ng ERC sa inyo, hindi pwede kayo mag-extend. Mag-comply na kayo. Pero, nag-motion for reconsideration kayo, denied uli kayo. And
Yeah.
then you filed the motion for clarification on July 2, 2021. Then, dun yung minention ang share swap.
Mr. Chairman, that's why we really filed, Mr. Chairman, the motion for clarification because we believe ERC has no power to limit our options because the law clearly provides for 2 options.
But
in
attorney-
the order, if I may,
Sige, go ahead.
Yeah, if I may, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The ERC seemed to have limited our option to IPO in the NJCP level. That is why we pointed out in our motion for clarification. The ERC, with all due respect, cannot legislate because the law itself provides for 2 options. That's why we filed that motion for clarification. So we
Attorney,
believe, thank you. Yeah.
They did not limit it because your petition is for extension. They just replied in your petition. And the title of your petition is extension. Wala naman kayong binanggit na share swap eh. Wala naman kayong binanggit na ano bang methodology yung gagamitin namin. And at the same time, you filed on January 2019. Nag-urgent motion kayo. Sinabi niyo, sige, mag-IPO na kami. O di ba, nag-imbestiga nga sila, yun ang question ko. O nagsisimula na sila ng investigation. And then again, you abandon it. Then, sa motion for clarification, wherein the motion for clarification is to clarify the decision of the ERC denying your petition with finality because that is a motion for reconsideration that is only allowed once. Di ba? Ma'am, isang beses lang ang motion for reconsideration and then there is a finality already.
Tama po.
Did they file any certiorari?
To the higher
To the-
courts,
to the-
none,
yes.
Mr. Chair.
And because you did not file any certiorari, when you received the decision 15 days after, the decision became immutable.
Mr. Chairman, correct me if I'm wrong, Chairman Di Malanta, but we only filed 1 motion for reconsideration.
Correct.
When it was denied, we received the order, our motion for reconsideration was denied. We received the order denying it May of 2021, and we were given 6 months, and we complied. Immediately we complied, count 6 months from our receipt of the decision in May of 2021, the 6 month, I'm sorry, the 6-month period would have ended January 14 of 2021.
Okay,
Mr.
natawa naman
Chairman.
ako doon, attorney. Okay, mabuti at least nagkaroon ka tayo ng break. Okay na yan, attorney. Alam mo, hindi tayo matatapos kasi siyempre paninindigan po ninyo yan eh. Pero what I'm trying to tell you, wala po talaga ako nakitang share swap, and even the commissioner siguro would agree with me that there was no share swap that was mentioned prior to July 2, 2021. Would you agree with me, Commissioner Maceda?
Well, they mentioned the share swap, Your Honor, in the context of them abandoning it in 2016.
Correct.
That was part of the evidence submitted by NGC.
But that was 2016.
No, yes, they abandoned in 2016 based on the information they submitted to the commission
Yes.
as part of their petition.
At yun yung information that I read in your document from the website that according to Henry C. and Robert Cuyuto, they abandoned the share swap.
That is correct. It's in fact part of the order, Your Honor.
I read it.
It's
I read
reflected
it.
there.
And that's the reason why I'm challenging them eh. Pakita nila sa akin share swap eh, na nag-file sila eh. Di ba? Wala eh. Abandon nyo po eh.